This is weird. I am staring at the release notes for update 19.7 that brings the Ohma. More on that in a second. There has been no red text, and I've now been in here for a couple minutes, and I've even searched the marketplace. It definitely, O-H-M-A, Ohma, definitely hasn't arrived yet. So why are the release notes on the forums, but the actual update itself hasn't arrived? Red text? No red text. Even if I kind of keep going for a while, this is going to make no sense, but there's a Sugatra, the Quaro Sugatra, as well as an armor collection that goes with it. And it's just weird. No red text. And back in. This is actually 19.7 now. It turns out the red text was there. There was just a long delay. And because I already know it's not going to instantly pop up there, this is the Ohma. It's a new Tonfa based melee weapon that comes with a new stance. The new Tonfa stance is called Sovereign Outcast. I'm going to look for that in a second. It says seek and destroy Kuva Heavy Gunners. Oh no. Oh, the Kuva Heavy Gunners are pain. Hopefully I've got that one completely scanned. But the blueprint for this, which is slightly more important, does require 2 Argon Crystal. Luckily doesn't need any other Tonfa weapon, which I kind of like about this. But does need 4 Nightingale Extract. And considering this is solely an electrical melee, which is why I'm glad it doesn't use any other melee weapon, kind of makes a little bit of sense. It's expensive, but still pretty nice. Its crit chance is only about 15%. Its status is 30% though, which is pretty high. Actually, 100 electrical damage isn't that bad either. This is the enemy that drops the Sovereign Outcast, and ooh, it carries a Dragoon. That's pretty nasty weaponry. This is the guy you've got to find, who is obviously going to be on the Kuva tile set, which means that, in theory, the only way to get this actual stance, yeah, you're going to have to have done the War Within quest, which means you've got to have done the Second Dream, which means you've got to have done a lot in this game, because this enemy's only going to spawn there unless you happen to be in a squad that's doing one of these Kuva based missions. You might not get the Kuva, but you might have a chance of getting the stance. But I don't think this is an enemy that spawns on those kind of missions. I think it's just the Kuva Fortress where these guys spawn. One of the reasons I run around with the Helio Core and Helios equipped is to try and fill out the codex, so I can come and, just by looking at the mod, which has just been added that I don't have at this moment, you can see what enemy drops it down here. It's the Kuva Heavy Gunner, which makes it much easier for finding these mods, even though it's actually in the release notes who actually dropped it. Would have been able to find out many other ways. The Quaro armor doesn't actually look that bad. The shoulders kind of remind me a lot of those big electrical ones, these things, but just in a lot more detail. Oh wait, did you see that? It opens. It actually has a movement to it, which not a lot of these things do. I mean, the Porter does, but oh, that was nice. The chest also has a similar kind of motion, but I can't get Excalibur to put the weapon away. That's better. Oh, that looks cool. Obviously, things like sliding across the floor and bullet jump is what causes the animations to happen. Or charging, because charging with things like the Targus do force smoke to come out of the middle bit there. So it could be that. But damn, that actually looks pretty nice. Unlike, again, the Porter, which seems to be the only other one that kind of moves. This is much smaller and kind of, I wouldn't say as nice, but I just like the fact it moves. And the leg, pretty much the same as the shoulders, but it opens like the shoulders does. It just doesn't really have the piston that the arm does. That was the same one. I wanted the other leg. The other shoulder did look exactly the same. And there's no difference between the leg pieces as well. That's actually not bad looking armor. Even though you can buy each of the pieces separately, and the shoulder pieces don't need to be bought separately. They come as a set, same as the leg pieces there. Despite the fact that they do look kind of nice, you can imagine them in different colour setups. Out of all of it, I personally think the Sugatra here is kind of the nicest, because out of all the Sugatras, some of them are really overkill, but that kind of goes really well with the Helio core I use all the time anyway, so that I like. But if you are going to buy the armour, it does come in its own bundle, with of course all of it available in an even more expensive bundle. And that's pretty much it. They did add the Prova to Conclave eligibility, but considering how bad the Prova actually was, I don't see that being things that people really wanted. It's not high on the list of things that really needed to come. They did, however, fix the whole AoE of Mirage's Hall of Mirrors when paired with the Nightwatch Napalm mod. It would kill allies, kind of like you were irradiated without being irradiated. That has been fixed. There is a few other things that have been fixed over the past few days as well, like the network error that pops up across the bottom every now and then. I did get that a few times, but that's gone. As well as they removed a dead end from the Corpus Ice Planet Interception tile set to increase enemy spawn. It's not really removed, they just kind of pushed it back a little bit, so enemies have an extra room to spawn in. As usual, there will be a link in the description below to the forum post about the update for the 6 total fixes, rather than put it in the description. But we'll leave this off here for now, even though it still hasn't popped up here that this update's live. It's just taken the other one off, so it's probably going to pop up any second, or it's because I'm not going to say relogged, but haven't gone into a mission and come back out yet, so it's probably already there. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.